Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this one we are going to be talking about 5 features that were previously in Assassin's Creed that need to return. Please bear in mind that this is all in my opinion. Of course, if you disagree or have more to add, then that's what the comment section is there for. Don't be afraid to get involved. Given that an alleged leak stated that the next game is going to be made mostly from scratch, we can assume that almost anything will be fair game, but without further ado, let us begin. To begin, we have the assassin recruits in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 if you want. The assassin recruits were very useful. You could send them on missions to level them up, you could call them in to aid you if you get overwhelmed, you could call them in to storm the place with arrows and kill every enemy in sight, or to fight by your side on the ground. Besides from this, you could go over to the pigeon coop and, like I said before, you could upgrade them when they level up, you can send them on missions, but you have to bear in mind that you cannot send them in over their heads because certain things that will make them fail. If they fail, they might die, they could be sent into combat and they could die by your side. And all in all, it was quite interesting. And once they got to the right level, you could actually make them master assassins, and then they would have robes similar to Ezio's. This is of course in Brotherhood. In Revelations and 3 they don't. In Revelations they have some strange Turkish robes, and in 3 they don't even have robes. I wasn't a big fan of 3's, however in Revelations you could have certain den missions from captains that you assign from the recruits, and that was quite interesting as well. And having the recruits on demand there was also quite the cool little feature to have, and it also opened up a lot of gameplay opportunities, and it made the games that little bit richer. One of the most satisfying things in the older combat were the counter kills. Now the counter kills were quite fun to do because all you had to do was really wait for them to attack, time it right, and then you'd have a nice little counter where you essentially block or dodge their attack, and then in return, in their opening, kill them, which was quite a cool combat move. It looked very cinematic and it was also incredibly satisfying. Not so much in recent games that featured them, but in recent years the counter kills have gone missing in Unity in its entirety, and in Syndicate if you are patient enough. Even still, they weren't nearly as satisfying as they used to be, and the satisfying counter kills were really something back in the day. Depending on the weapon used by you and your enemy, the counters were different, and sometimes they were harder to perform. For example, counters with the hidden blade were a lot harder to perform than counters with a sword, and counters against spears would only work with a hidden blade, as a sword wouldn't necessarily be manoeuvrable in that situation. But all in all, the counters made the combat in the game fun and satisfying, and I wished it would return. I don't know about you, but I personally found the weapon wheels to be a lot more accessible and less stressful and less fiddly than the weapon grid, where you might go across and then have to go back for a different weapon because of your different slots, and you can't exactly have the loadout you quite want just like that. Whereas with the weapon wheels you could just select whatever you wanted, you wouldn't have to go back on yourself or anything, and it was honestly not as stressful, not as clunky, not as annoying, and I feel as if that was a better weapon choosing system than the weapon grid that we've seen in recent games such as Unity, Syndicate, Black Flag and Rogue. Now if Assassin's Creed Modern Day was a vehicle, it would look like this, which is to say it wouldn't be going anywhere because it has square wheels. You know what I mean, I really needn't say much more, just fix the Modern Day and give us back what we used to have. Playable Modern Day just adds that much more rich stuff to the game. 15 minutes of cutscene and someone saying hello initiate doesn't quite cut it. And finally we have horse riding, which was great for travelling across vast areas like we should be getting in the next Assassin's Creed in the open world, so hopefully we will see a return of horse riding, which will be great. But anyway, there you have it, 5 things that should return in Assassin's Creed, whether it be Empire or whatever it happens to be. But thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share, comment what you think should return to Assassin's Creed that's been removed, or things that you'd like to see come back that were in Syndicate or recent games or whatever, and I will see you all in the next one. So yes, yeah.